Hello, my name is Ian McNeil, and I am a music education major at Jacksonville State University. Today I will be playing the lyrical tuba etude for the Alabama All-State Band. It is from the Blazevich book number 1, and it is etude number 23. I'm going to be playing through it first, and then give you guys some tips and comments on how to practice it yourself. Cool. So when I'm learning a piece, I like to break it down into 3 separate levels. So first of all, I like to proceed with, we always should be playing with a metronome. And then in my first level, I like to put in notes and rhythms. So looking at rhythms first, it's in 6/4 time, and we mostly just have eighth notes and dotted quarters and halves. So the rhythm isn't too complex. The biggest issues I think you're going to find are coming in on some of the upbeat parts. There's a lot of pickups into other measures, as well as holding out all the notes for the correct value. There's a lot of changes in between the phrases, in between half notes and quarter notes and dotted quarter notes, dotted halves. So you just really need to make sure you're playing with a metronome and you're lining up all those beats in time, and you're never really holding out the notes for incorrect lengths. Moving on to notes, we're in the key of D major, which really isn't the most friendly key for tuba players. For those of us who are playing on B flat horns, the biggest issue notes are going to be B natural. The higher B natural in the staff is going to be really flat. The lower B natural is going to be really sharp. Our D concert 1 and 2 is also going to be really, really flat, so you got to be careful with that. And then the F sharps, which is 2 and 3, are going to be really sharp. So be careful about those notes. For those of us who are playing on C tubas, we need to be careful about C sharps, which are going to be flat in the top octave and sharp in the lower octave, as well as the G sharps, which are going to be really, really sharp, that 2 and 3 combination. So other than that, all the rest of the notes should be pretty comfortable on most horns. I would just be really careful about those and maybe check those with a tuner, and then you can really max out all the stuff there. So moving on to level 2 is articulation and dynamics. So you really need to make sure you establish a lot of contrast in your articulation. In this piece, it's got a lot of slurs and then tenuto articulations, as well as just regular articulated notes, and you need to make sure that you're always differentiating in between those. I think that can tell a lot in an audition, just how a tuba player articulates. And then dynamics. There's not a lot of dynamic contrast written. There's a piano at the beginning, a piano at the tempo 1. The thing I like to do is sort of just go up and down as the phrases go, as well as growing through the longer notes, like on those dotted halves. I don't like to just keep them stagnant. I like to make sure I'm growing through those notes. So other than that, make sure you're keeping it really quiet. I know it's tough for tuba players to max out those low dynamics, but that's really what's going to help sell this. And then level 3 is the dynamics and just overall musicality with the piece. So it's the style marking is dolce, which is sweet, so it just needs to be really light and smooth and characteristic and almost singing like. And as well, so you need to make sure you have your met for the first two parts of this, and then for the level 3, when you're adding the ritardando, which is right before the tempo 1 as well as right before the end, you can start practicing that without the met. So you really need to make sure you're strict with the met until you get to level 3, and then I think you can really max out the musical shaping. All right, thank you.